Hello guys and girls, it's Aaron Lee here today, and I'm doing a video today. It's about Iron Man 3, Under the Armor with Don Cheadle. It says the star talks reprising Rhodey and the new Star Spangled Suit. Posted April 18th, 2013. 2:51 p.m. Updated April 18th, 2013. 5:52 p.m. Marvel's 10 p.m. Marvel's Iron Man 3 boasts not one, not two, but three veteran talents reprising their roles. As Don Cheadle again assumes the mantle of Tony Stark's best friend and armored ally, James Rhodes. Cheadle's list of credits befits such a well-known Hollywood talent. His role in the true-life drama Hotel Rwanda garnered him both Golden Globe and Academy Award nominations for Best Actor. He also played in the Academy Award-nominated films Crash and most recently Flight. Rhodey gets a new look as the Iron Patriot when Iron Man 3 hits theaters and IMAX 3D May 3rd. Which I'm seeing Iron Man 3 May 5th. And also I'm wearing an Iron Man t-shirt also. May 5th is a Sunday. I'm seeing at the IMAX 3D May 5th. Sunday around 3 or 4 o'clock. Please join and attend that movie. And we have no shortage for the franchise. Veteran of this edition of Iron Man 3, Under the Armor. Don Cheadle stars as James Rhodes / Iron Patriot in Iron Man 3. Marvel.com says, where does Rhodey pick up in Iron Man 3? Don Cheadle says, in Iron Man 3, with Tony and Rhodey, we now have a private sector superhero and a public sector superhero. Rhodey has been doing work for the government, and now for the government, and now he's got to come together with Tony as the Iron Patriot to address this newest threat. Marvel.com says, it seems like your character is much more developed. Were you happy to see that in the screenplay? Were you happy to see that in the screenplay? Don Cheadle says, it's great to be in a movie that has a lot of action and be able to be a part of the action. The relationship between Tony and Rhodey is deepening, and we're getting more of a glimpse into who each of these men are and what the challenges they face. So yes, I was glad to crack the screenplay and see that. Iron Man 3 soars into theaters and IMAX 3D May 3rd. Marvel.com says, were you happy with Shane Black writing the script with Drew Pearce? Knowing his history of developing the relationship of two guys who are friends. Don Cheadle says, Shane definitely has a style about his writing and a sense of humor that feeds right into and leans right into the mythology that's already been created with these characters. So it's a good fit. I think he's also a very collaborative director. So it's nice to have the opportunity to be on a set where your input is respected and welcomed. Marvel.com says you get to wear the red, white, and blue Iron Patriot suit. What did you think when you saw the suit? Don Cheadle says, I thought, wow, that thing looks heavy, and I wasn't wrong. But kidding aside, it's great to see these different iterations of the character, and sort of fundamentally still address who he is really, and how does he tick beyond what the suit is, and what color it is, and what the design is. That's really what we're trying to get into the meat of. Tony Stark's Mark 42 armor from Iron Man 3. Marvel.com says the suit is heavy, and you've got to wear it. And when it's 100 degrees out, does that test your mental stability? Don Cheadle says it's one of those things where you go, oh wow, I get to be a war machine. I get to be Iron Patriot. I get to wear all of that. And then you start putting it on, and 30 minutes later, as they're still screwing you into this thing, you're like, I signed up for this, but look, we get to play make believe with the best toys. Even just when I've seen some stuff roughly cut together, or the things that I saw at Comic-Con or on the set. It's exciting. I can't wait to see it all put together. Marvel.com says Marvel is currently enjoying a string of successes. What do you attribute that to? Don Cheadle says the success of the films is based on not just all the mythology that goes on before in the comic book, in the comic books. And these characters that people have grown up with for 50 years. But the way that Marvel is able to slightly weave these storylines and have people show up in each other's storylines, and now after each film there's a departure point where the next storyline could come in. They're just smart about it, about laying the breadcrumbs out for you to follow to the next thing. And there's an excitement that gets generated for the next myth and how it is going to be told. It's going to be told. They're just very smart about it. And I also think there's a real sense of humor about it. So it's not taken too seriously. Seriously. And it's not so precious that it can't be malleable and pushed and pulled. So I think that also is a lot of fun and gives the audience a lot to key into. They know they're going to be on a fun ride. It's not medicine. It's not medicine. Ben Kingsley plays the villainous Mandarin in Iron Man 3. Marvel.com says, what is it that attracts all of these fantastic actors to the Marvel films? Don Cheadle says, I think that you're going to be able to come together on a set with other talented actors and really have a lot of fun with all the best bells and whistles. I've been spending the last couple hours on wires, flying and getting to do stunts and really getting my hands dirty, so to speak. The best bells and whistles. I've been spending the last couple hours on wires, flying and getting to do stunts, and really getting my hands dirty, so to speak. So talking about coming together as actors. Talented actors, so to speak. And I'm having a lot of researchial fun with these characters. And then my scenes with Robert Downey Jr., where we get to go back and forth, are fun acting challenges. He's got a very facial mind and is very quick. And we just have a lot of fun figuring out who these guys are and what we're going to do. So there's not a lot of downside to it. Marvel.com says, what makes Robert Downey Jr. The perfect Tony Stark for these films? Don Cheadle says, there's just sometimes a marriage between a character and an actor that just, for some non-distinct reason, works. But I think when you read the comic books, you can see that same sort of caviar attitude. And devil may care Playboy thing that Robert just sparks to. I think there's a perfect marriage of an actor with an understanding of what that dynamic is, and the character. Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., and really Don Cheadle, and Iron Man 3. Marvel.com says, do you guys get to do a lot of banter back and forth on set? Don Cheadle says, when you work with another actor like Robert, who has as much fun just coming up with it on the day, the banter happens, especially when you're open to it, and it's nurtured and supported from your director and the producers and everybody on set. We both had a lot of fun in that, and I think that's where you really get to see the friendship that happens off screen be carried on screen and pop. So it's nice once we're actually shooting. Those things have usually been locked down because it's very technical. But it's a fun process. Marvel.com says the extremist and biotech storyline is not too far out of the realm in this day and age. What does that? Marvel.com says the extremist and biotech storyline is not too far out of the realm in this day and age. What does that add to the story? Don Cheadle says, for me, it was even more that it had its foothold in what's happening right now. It's not even something that could happen. So for me, that subplot in the script was really interesting. Don Cheadle gets his very own character poster as Iron Patriot in Iron Man 3. Marvel.com says, how is it working with Shane Black as a director, and what does he bring to the film? Don Cheadle says, Shane came up with this very interesting way to tell the story. It has been a very collaborative director and quick on his feet and very open. Marvel.com says, what did you think about the Mandarin character when you first saw him? Don Cheadle says, I liked seeing him in his garb, but I was almost even more excited about hearing his voice and this vocal mask that he's put on. I thought that scary pathos he was using was really interesting. It made me very excited to see what he's going to do. Marvel.com says, what do you hope audience get out of this third Iron Man? Don Cheadle says, I hope they have a strong desire to see an Iron Man 4. I hope it just gets them geeked to see what's next, because Marvel has a rasher of things lined up that I think are going to be really exciting. But as far as the journey of Tony Stark and the journey of Tony, Rhodey, and Pepper and the world that the three of them inhabit, I hope people have a satisfied feeling that it's held up to the promise that came before, and that it could still go on. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video with Don Cheadle and Marvel.com asking him questions. And let me know what part you enjoyed about this video and what comments you liked. Just let me know if you're really excited for this movie. I keep doing so many Iron Man 3 movies, videos, because I'm really pumped and excited for this movie. I'm going to have like 12 people go to this movie with me on May 5th. That's a Sunday, alright? Okay. See you later. Alright, good night.